take your mind on an adventure with Nicolas Dickner's best-selling Nikolsky. You won't be the first to fall in love with this novel. I'm your host, Layla, for WatchMojo.com, and I'm here with the author himself. Let's start a bit with your background, because you have a literature background and also arts and plastics. How did that affect your career as a writer?
I think I spent my whole time writing stuff that was not possible writing. Novels that look like movies, or trying to write stories that look like stills, like images. So maybe that's in my background, to try to take something that comes from a discipline and try to sustain it in another discipline.
How did your travels influence your imagination, shape your imagination?
It's really hard to say because I'm not writing from my own experience. Especially in this book, it was about writing about the desire for a place. You might want to add some, okay, this story, I've been living that was funny, and I might, try to put it into the book, and you try to, and it results in a bad thing. So you're always struggling against your own memory in a way.
Invention, like true invention, is not just the copycat of inspiration. It's like brand new,
Of course, and I don't know if I don't believe in inspiration, but it's not a way of working for me. I actually believe much more in invention, which is it's a less sexy phenomenon, because it's not about getting into a trance, and it's more about being a plumber, putting pipes together and trying to make a good story.
And writing, like the process of writing, it's pretty much a mental storm. It can be very quiet, but in your head it's busy. But what about like daily interruptions and what do you have to witness while you're writing?
Writing is a complex thing, and there are some parts where you are indeed experiencing mental storms, putting lots of things on the paper and scribbling in your notepad. But on the other hand, there's long periods of having to sit down in front of the computer and actually making a story out of it, which is a much more technical thing.
You've also been identified as a natural-born storyteller.
Am I?
Yeah, well, why would you agree or disagree?
I was not a natural-born storyteller. That's something you learn, I think. You might be born to like to do it or not, which is quite important. If you don't like it, then it always is going to sound fake.
Was translating this novel a plan all along?
Oh, that's a good question. No one asked me that question, but of course it was. This is my second book. The first one was a literary book with complex words. I was out of university and I felt I had to prove something. So that was a complex book. And I sold 250 copies. So I told myself, okay, I won't write a bestseller. I'm not a bestseller writer, but I will try maybe to get something that might have the same complexity, but it will be written in a way that even my aunt can read it. Of course, it's based on the language, but it has a story that is over the language.
Thank you very much for your time. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks to you.